Kerry here from HomesteadHow. Welcome to our homestead. In today's video, I'm going to try to swap out the thermostat in our minivan here. This car's run great for us. We paid $1,200 for it about a year ago, but it did, however, overheat the other day. Now, it's been sitting for months during COVID. We actually took the insurance off of it because we were using our pickup truck. I went out to drive it and it checked the oil and everything. It ran smoothly. It wasn't overheating it or anything. And then all of a sudden on the ride back, it started to overheat. And one of the coolant lines that goes way to the rear of the car, which I think is used when you put the heater on for the back seats, that burst. So I'm going to fix that. Alright, so I'll probably skip by this section and just show you how to swap the thermostat out. My back hose here was leaking, so I had to fix this. But it went together pretty quickly. Luckily, it basically ruptured right at this coupling. So I was able to cut a little piece off, move it over, and then clamp it back on. Okay, hopefully that fixed that. Now I got to try to change the thermostat out. I have to take this part off to get to the thermostat because it's underneath there. So I'm going to try to do that next. So the first thing you want to do is loosen these two hose clamps and get this hose out of the way. Comes off pretty easily. Next up, you need a 10mm socket. You might need a little extension for the bottom one. There's 4 things you have to remove. 2 bolts, 2 nuts on the bottom, and make sure you get all 4. I missed one of them and spent forever trying to realize there was one on the bottom here, kind of tucked in there. You needed an extension to get to because my fingers were too fat to reach it. 2 bolts. 2 nuts. The 2 nuts and the 2 bolts removed, so this should come off now. There we go. I'm going to clean that off with some carb cleaner. Don't want to lose that. This is where the thermostat is hidden. Underneath this thing. The 2 bolts holding the thermostat housing on are really hard to see, so I couldn't get them on camera too well. But do know that the top bolt is 13mm, and if you use an extension, you can get it and loosen it. It's kind of hard to get your fingers in there otherwise. And then the bottom bolt is a whole other story. One thing I do have a lot of are these socket extensions and wobble extensions. They sure do come in handy. Like in this case, it's really hard, really difficult to get in there to turn that by hand. So, and this is in the way, so I can't get a socket right there, but with this wobble extension at an angle, I can quickly remove that. Otherwise I'd be sitting there turning it a half turn with the open-ended wrench. That thing is impossible to get to, and it barely turns. You have to stick your hand underneath the exhaust right there to get to that one, and then you can get about 1/4 to 1/8 of a turn on it. It's just going to be slow going from here. So a quick tip that really helped me out on this, I wish I would have known ahead of time. This back one that's really hard to get to is 13mm or 1/2 inch, and I had a shorter 13mm, and I was able to turn it about twice as much as I could the other one because it was shorter. So that's the big tip. The second big tip is there's a notch in the back of the thermostat housing. So that rear bolt you do not have to remove 100%. I made that mistake, and of course I dropped the bolt, and it was a nightmare trying to find it. The back bolt that's a nightmare, don't remove it all the way, just a little bit, and you can slide it out. Now I dropped it, so now I'm praying I can find it. Ooh! That has never happened. I was ready to just call it a night. Let me get this back. Maybe I can get it back in there now that the thermostat housing is out of the way. Oh, hopefully I don't drop it again. Oh, don't! And I dropped it again. Please still be there. Oh, it's so tight! I don't even know how I can turn it. Got it. Alright, started anyway. Yeah, without the housing in there, I can get my hand in a little bit better. Thermostat only goes on one way. It won't fit in that way. goes this way, which you could kind of see when I pulled it off. Unfortunately, the other one fell down and I can't find it. I'm going to keep looking for it. This has a gasket on it already. So now the tricky part is it's really tight, and I'm almost thinking it'll be better if I stick it in the hole first and then put this over it. I have this backed off almost all the way so that this can go around it. Oh, I'm right there. There we go. Now I want to make sure that it's still centered in the hole there. Oh, and it is. Okay, good. Now I think I may want to tighten that top one down, because I don't want to have this thing off-centered and then start tightening it down. I'm not going to go too nuts tighten this down yet. Just enough to make sure that thermostat's not going to move. That should be good. Again, the best way to do it is to go under this. And the other trick that I learned is, this is a 13 millimeter, and I guess my finger sideways is about 13 millimeter. So if you get that in there, you can kind of hold it and then put your other finger here. That's how I loosened it anyhow. It's really, you gotta be a contortionist to get in here. But it's on there and it's turning. After a whole bunch of mini turns, I have that back bolt tight. That's the hardest part of this whole project. Gonna try one more, just wanna make sure to get that nice and tight. Reconnect the hose. Gonna just do everything in reverse now. I tuck that hose down here. With that back bolt on, everything else goes together pretty quickly. Just do everything in reverse. I'm putting the hose back onto the thermostat housing. That's a lot cleaner. That thing was gummed up. Don't want to forget the gasket. That would be bad. Goes in here. And I got it nice and cleaned off too, so. Goes from that way. Gasket's in, it's nice and clean. There we go. Now it's just a matter of reattaching the 2 bolts and the 2 nuts that hold this assembly in. These ones go in really smoothly. And then one of the last steps is reattaching this large hose with the 2 hose clamps, and then putting these miscellaneous pipes back where they go. It feels like that should be in there tighter than that. I'm going to put a hose clamp on that just to be safe. I foolishly broke this hose, which goes from here to here. So I'm going to have to go online and see if I can buy another one. But in the meantime, I'm going to see if I can use some shrink tube to get this thing working. And this is when I blow up my car. Alright, that's my temporary fix. I'm going to talk quick. My camera keeps overheating. I think I had it too close to the light there. I got the radiator cap off. I filled it up with 1.5 gallons or so coolant. Did the overflow thing here. So now I'm going to run it, and hopefully we fixed the problem and it wasn't the water pump or something else more expensive. So I took it for a long ride. I got it up to like 55. It's been going for about 20-25 minutes and it hasn't overheated yet, so I think we fixed the problem. I'm going to let it run a little bit longer, and I'm just double checking that hose in the back to make sure there's absolutely no leak coming out of it. Hope you enjoyed that video. Thanks a lot for watching. Please hit the subscribe button, the little bell notification, and have a great day.